we're going to talk about Wemby versus Giannis. Now, this was the first time these two met, and they did not disappoint. Neither one of these guys. Giannis, from the jump, he was going straight at the Spurs defense. You know, you had Wemby, he was messed up on Brook Lopez because of the height thing, and they had Sohan on Giannis, which we all know that's kind of a mismatch. I don't think Sohan's even 6'10". He's probably about 6'9". He has long arms, but he's really no match for Giannis. He's more of a guy that, you know, he can double down on Giannis and help out. But Giannis was having a field day on him, you know. He ended the game with 43 points. He had He had 44 points, dominating. Now, off the jump, first quarter, Giannis made a statement. He scored 7 points early in the game. You didn't see a lot of Wemby early on, really, to be honest. He only had 4 points, but he was on a minutes restriction. He only played about 26 minutes this game, and he was very impactful still. He finished with 27 points, 5 blocks. He also had 9 rebounds, and that's only in 26 minutes. It was his birthday that day, so you know he had to show out. I remember last game he checked himself in without even letting Pop know. So that shows you this guy really wants to get after it. He really wants to be out there and play, especially against a matchup like Giannis. I know he wished he could have played 35 minutes, 30 minutes, because Giannis ended up playing 38 minutes, 39 minutes this whole game. And I'm pretty sure Wemby was wanting to be out there to really, you know, compete with this guy. He wants to compete with the best of them. You see the fire he plays with. He had a tremendous backdoor cut on Giannis, so he displayed his agility out there. Giannis is like a brute force. You know, he's a bit agile, but Wemby is showing that he has that touch. He has that agility to really cut, slash, and get to the basket. He had a couple buckets on Brook Lopez, which is a top-tier defending center in the league. He's been like the best top 3 as far as defensive centers in the league. He's been that for the past couple years, and Wemby was backing him down, shooting hook shots on him. He made it look very effortless, to be honest. Like I said, 27 points in 26 minutes is very impressive. Another thing that I noticed about Wemby, and we all know, he impacts the game in every way, every single way. The guy can hit the 3. He can also defend the inside and the out. I saw him close out on Connaughton and get a block shot at the 3-point line. And he covered so much ground, just a couple steps. But at the end of the day, Giannis told them young boys, get your weight up. I mean, Giannis was going straight at Wemby and the Spurs defense the whole game. Excuse me, guys. And excuse me 1 second. And it was really fun to watch. You know, these two taller guys. We always waiting to see this matchup. I know I was waiting to see how Wemby would perform against a guy like Giannis. Will he shy away from the competition? Will he want the bump? And it really showed that he really wanted that bump, to be honest. You know, it was a play late in the game. It was the Bucks. The Bucks was up 3. And Giannis, he bodied Wemby, got him under the basket, but Wemby stood firm, stood tall, and he got a block shot. And that's probably what the highlight of the game for a lot of people, because I kept seeing it all over the place. And it just shows you that Wemby is here. You know, he needs a point guard, like I touched on in one of my earlier segments. Excuse me 1 second. Sorry, guys. And this guy, Wemby, is showing that he's just an ultimate guy out there. He does it all. But like I said, Giannis told them guys, yo, get your weight up. He in the fourth quarter, he pretty much took over. Him and Dame, actually, I gotta give Dame a little bit of love. He had 11 points in the fourth, shooting 5 from 7. But Giannis led the charge with 14 points. He 5 from 6 from the field, hit both his free throws. And this was one thing that was very uncharacteristic of Giannis. He had 2 threes. He was 2 for 2 from the 3-point line. And I'm not sure if it was because Wemby was out there. He like, yo, if he can do it, I can do it. Because Giannis really put on a show out there. He's really making the case to be MVP again. Even though this Bucks team is not as stout as it used to be, especially on the defensive side, they can still score at will. it's just they can't stop nobody. I mean, they're allowing about 120 points a game. So this team really has to step it up on that end if they're really going to, compete. Because teams like the Celtics are rolling right now. I even like what I see from the Heat with their new addition of Triple J, the rookie out of Gonzaga. He's really been balling. Then we also have my boy Tyler Hero. He's playing very well this year. People forget that. He got hurt last year, but this year he's playing really well on both ends. He's showing that he's playing a lot more aggressive out there. So this Bucks team has to step it up, and it starts with Giannis and Dame. But Giannis has been doing his thing lately. He's been just dropping 30 points, 40 points. He had a triple-double recently. He's really coming to his own. Shout out to Middleton as well. He's been playing well as also. But as far as Wemby, man, he really needs a point guard out there. Needs a guy that's going to distribute, a guy that's going to really find him, put him in his places, because nobody can stop him. Once he gets to the basket, it's almost a bucket every time. He shoots over any and everybody. Shot a couple shots over Giannis as well the other night. The play of the day to me, though, was when he was on the fast break and he caught the ball and he kind of swiveled through Giannis, and there was another defender there, and he threw it off the backboard. It was like T-Mac in the All-Star game. He threw it off the backboard and flushed it. Actually, this guy, Wemby had a couple highlights out there. The one on the fast break when Dane was on him and he put it behind his back. He looked like me back in 2008. You know what I'm saying? When I was in my bag. When I was a young boy out there. That was my go-to move right there. Put it behind the back. But he put it behind his back and he two-hand dunked it on Brook Lopez. If you watch it, he didn't even really get off the floor. That's how tall he is. So, Pop, find my boy a point guard. He needs a veteran point guard, or either if you got a young stud that you're trying to draft, I'll have the episode of that later on. Who should the Spurs draft or who should they trade for, because they really need a point guard. They really want to see the potential in Wemby. I mean, Trey Jones starting, he's a solid point guard. I feel like he's a backup. He is the best point guard on that team, but he's more of a backup point guard. He needs a guy that's really going to find him. Trey Young, only thing about Trey Young is, he doesn't really play the Pop way. He's more of a scorer. So he really needs a guy that's really going to facilitate. So Pop, that's your homework, man. Get your boy a point guard, because he needs it out there. Guys miss him all the time, and he's still out there producing. So shout out to those two, though. They really put on the show. Wemby only playing 26 minutes, still putting up 27. But Giannis at the end said, this is my league still. I am still him. 44 points, 14 in the fourth, and he got the dub. So shout out to those guys. That was the first of many battles, and it did not disappoint. Looking forward to see when those guys play again. And, we'll see what they do. But that's all I have on those two guys.